So I have to add this in the video at the very start, folks, because last night, or maybe the early hours of this morning, I had a very peculiar dream where this little white kid, probably about 10 years old, says to me, there's bad negative vibes coming from this section here of your house, and he's pointing to a ventilation shaft, right? But yay size, like a letterbox. I look through it, and there's a big nasty spider just getting bigger and bigger, and he wants to crawl out. And then the next thing I remember in this dream is on the floor, but it's changing its form, but I kill it. And then later on, I'm in the shower, and as I'm just getting the puffy sponge all out and everything, I'm butt naked by this point, a little penny-sized spider crawls out of the sponge, and I take her and dispense with her out of the window. And now we're talking about the Spider-Man in your friendly BLM neighborhood trailer. That's so bizarre and so peculiar that there's got to be more to this than meets my Optimus Prime roving eye. She's alright. She's alright. She's so out of sight. Yow. She's a very kinky girl. The kind you take home to your mother. She's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky. Yow. And this, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is the Temple of Bosoms known as Alanah Pierce, former IGN presenter, now YouTuber, and disgraced artist. What does this have to do with my video today? Nothing. I like to go on a random tangent because I am such a fool, such a moron that you guys and gals absolutely love it. But if you don't know the story about Ms. Pierce, very, very quickly, before I get into my reaction video today for your BLM Spider-Man, I kid you not, Ms. Pierce and her lovely friends right here decided to go online a few days ago and redraw Sekiro, the lead character from Sekiro, the samurai dude, and she claimed it took her 45 minutes to do. Then the real artist who did the same illustration went online, blasted Alanah and said, by the way, sis, this took me 3 days to render, and yet you didn't give me any credit. And Alanah's excuse, well, I was going to give you credit in the morning, but of course what she wanted to do was to farm off the credit of her fans by saying, oh, Alanah, aren't you a talented artist? Well, quite clearly, Alanah should be considering another line of a profession that might do her assets some good. In fact, if you don't know the story about Miss Pierce, her image was constantly used for a very well-known adult website about 7-8 years ago. Look it up, it's pretty funny. But without further ado, let's get on and do the Betty Boo. Betty Boo. Betty Boo is doing the do it, you can too, and you can love it if you do.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come.
I am coming.
Are you coming?
Kind of busy right now.
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
This is the greatest show I've seen in my life.
Duke Nukem likes this guy. Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
Thanks for tuning in, folks, to me and my babes from the 1980s in all their bosomy glory. Make sure you like the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is number 3 in the search results. Let's click onto this and see what happens next. So on the IGN official trailer, it has 156,000 views. We're not going to go on this one yet. I just want to see. Look at that. This is what I'm saying, folks. This is what I'm saying. As soon as you go onto an advert or anything, it's going to be DEI nonsense. Oh my gosh. Come on, a woman with dreads like that, and she's happy to accept a cheese board. Are you kidding me? So let's have a look. Oh, I tell you what, 4,900 upvotes and 2,500 downvotes. That's going to change. That absolutely will. But let's go back one notch. Es buenas. Now, this is the Marvel Entertainment website. Now, you're probably thinking, what's this got to do with Disney? Well, obviously, Marvel and Disney are in bed with each other, like Scully and Mulder from that Rolling Stone cover. But have a look at this. I tell you what, 126 upvotes compared to 13,000 downvotes. I'm willing to bet the upvotes are bought and paid for botty watties. So Marvel Animations, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the official trailer on Disney Plus, and it's 2 minutes and 1 second. Is it in 4K? Nope, it's just enhanced. I don't need that. Can I click on it? Nope, no, I don't want that. Not now. It's all a bit of a con anyway. A bit of a Spider-Con. I'm a lifelong Spider-Man fan. Let me just transition very quickly, folks. I know you're waiting to see my reaction for this trailer, but I've got to break it down for you really quickly. And Miss Pierce and her tits are still keeping me warm and cozy, which is fine by me. But I'll say this much. Spider-Man is the epitome of my childhood. Right? The very first image I ever locked eyes on as a wee little baby was the 1960s Spider-Man, which I have right here, by the way. I'm going to watch these later on because these cartoons are absolutely fantastic. They really are. I love the music score as well. And then when I got into Spider-Man much later on, I found that Steve Ditko was the original artist, and then he had other people like John Romita Sr., rest his soul, by the way, Ross Andrew, Sal Buscema, great artists like them. Even John Romita Jr. drew Spider-Man for a while. So all these artists had their different takes on the characters and Peter Parker. And for the majority, I actually loved what they did. Obviously, Todd McFarlane in the, I think, the late 80s into the 90s certainly redefined Spider-Man with the huge eyes and the intricate webbing. But I've heard a lot of things about this trailer and I've not seen it yet. And I refuse to believe that this is a modern audience of Spider-Man for a modern audience that doesn't exist. So let's get on with this today, folks. I know you waited long enough, at least, what, 5 minutes and 40 seconds? Let's go for it. Okay. Oh no, you are. That is hilarious. You have got to be kidding me. Oh my word. That is so. This is obviously Amazing Fantasy 15 from 1962. Look at the image. That is so funny. So on the original cover in the 60s is Spider-Man swinging a crook away who's a white dude. Now, for some reason, they've got, I'm going to say that this is Peter Parker, the white dude, under the guise of the spider outfit, taking away a BLM protester. That is so funny with it, super expensive sneakers, I may add. And they're playing the 60s Spider-Man tune. Already, you're not giving me hope, Marvel, Disney Plus. You just aren't.
Hey, you're gonna be late.
Sorry, man, I'm up.
Well, PD's white, so they've got that correct. At least.
I'm okay.
Midtown High, yep.
PD's always been a bit clumsy.
You know me, clumsy, PD, Parker. Help! Mr. Campbell, I remembered I left something in the bathroom. Deuces. Parky.
Clumsy.
You know.
So is that meant to be Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy? I guess we'll find out.
Petey's always been a bit clumsy.
You know me, clumsy Petey Parker. Help! Mr. Campbell, I remembered I left something in the bathroom. Deuces. Parker out.
Wow. Peter Parker, the white dude, making out with gang signs. Right, okay. Really leading into it, aren't you there, Disney Plus? I love it.
Superpower size kid, know you want a neighbor like me. Look out. Somebody help.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've got a bone of contention with this. Is he living in a mainly black neighborhood? So again, yeah, you got white trans girl, whatever, looking at her phone, and black kid sees Spidey. Okay, whatever.
Look out. Somebody help me. He's running, grab him. Gotcha. I thought it was Dan Meat. Check out our next victim in his dumbass costume.
Is my suit really that bad?
Ouch. Oh.
Watch out for that ladder.
It's TikTok Spider-Man, or it's Johnny Somali's Spider-Man. Hey, yo, I'm in South Korea at the moment, which is probably a bad country to name for obvious reasons right now. Really sorry about what happened to them in that plane, but oh my God, can you imagine Johnny Somali walking around with his laptop and going, hey, look at me. I'm going to take the Mickey out of these gangster ghetto people right here and see what they do to me next.
Just consider it a good deed from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's me, by the way. I'm Spider-Man.
There we go, there we go, there we go again. Swinging through the city so fast you could barely notice him.
I truly believe that I have these powers to help people, to protect them.
Need my city, you need me. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you
That's meant to be the shocker. That is the most terrible rendition I've seen of the shocker. I'm sorry, that is just god-awful.
want a neighbor like me. Just a young man cleaning up the streets. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me.
So Norman Osborn is a black dude. Now, that's very interesting because in Steve Ditko's rendition, and obviously the people that followed after him, they drew Harry as a white guy, and you could probably say cornrow hairstyle, right? That's what I think. That's what I've always interpreted it as. And Norman is actually a black dude, but obviously for the modern rendition, where he's standing next to white Captain America, which I'm absolutely shocked by, because come on, Marvel, isn't Captain America a black dude now?
The real me.
So, you're Spider-Man. With my
Yes,
help, you'll
I
achieve
am.
greatness.
Oh man, this suit's incredible. If you ever need another butt kicking, just look for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
So Norman Osborn, the black dude, the tokenized guy, he's now a good guy and gives Spidey a new suit, I guess, because as a white guy, Norman Osborn was a terrible human being. He was terrible to his son, but he always adored Peter Parker. So this version is meant to be the good guy.
And no, you may not be excused from said test. Ah, nice of you to join us, Mr. Parker. See me after class.
Yeah, thanks. So January the 29th, we're getting Spider-Man. Wow, I can't wait. I really cannot. Let's just go over to Fandom Pulse and see what this article actually says. Disney Plus unveils your friendly neighborhood BLM Spider-Man trailer with a completed race-swapped cast, including Black Harry and Norman Osborn. I'll tell you what, John F. Trent does not pull any punches when it comes to just breaking it down. I love it. Let's have a look at the full story here. Oh no, let's have a look. After fans mostly praised X-Men 97, despite his woke activism from showrunner Bodie Mayonnaise, who was later removed from that animated project because it turns out the man is a big fan of O fans. In other words, he's got his own page, dirty little critter. The trailer opens with the remix of the original Spider-Man 60s theme, which I've already reacted to. Here we go. Peter is shown at school with a gaggle of minority women. Though the trailer does not elaborate who they are, it's easy to speculate that at least one of these will be a race-swapped version of Mary Jane Watson or Gwen Stacy. You see? Because I said that as well. Now, I think judging from her stature and her hairstyle, I'm going to say it's Gwen Stacy because she goes, well, actually, it could be Liz Allen as well. She was also race-swapped in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies with the actress Laura Harrier. So it could be her because Liz Allen always had a deep-rooted crush on Peter Parker. But she was always dating Flash Thompson. So I might say it could be leaning into the Liz Allen meme. Peter's teacher is also a black man. For blacks being 13% of the population, they're nearly 90% of Spider-Man's supporting cast in the trailer. Again, Marvel, Disney Plus. Have you not read the comics when you had Robbie Robertson as the often challenging but very likable sidekick for J. Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle? I guess you're passing that one by, aren't you? At the end, Norman Osborn is shown to be a black man who's guiding Peter down a bad path to work for him in some capacity with a new Spider-Man suit. So I said he could be the good guy, but clearly he's got evil intentions. This is where the trailer ends, but it's not the strangest part. What is? During the trailer, Peter meets up with Harry Osborn, who is not only shown as black, but very effeminate, with long hair in a bun, earrings, and a pouty lippy-do, and giving the viewer the implication that he might be transgender. How did I start this video off, folks? With Rick James. Yep, that great dude. And now we have, I don't need to go back to the trailer. It is just so strange. Well, this is like it's carrying on the legacy of Spider-Man 2, that god-awful video game that nobody played. Of course, I'm trolling you. Many people did play it, but it wasn't a big seller. It wasn't selling hotcakes. So what they're saying here in this article, that X-Men 97, which I've not watched by the way, is mostly good, but it still suffered low ratings because the fans wholeheartedly rejected it. I mean, I've got the original X-Men cartoons from the 90s, the whole lot, the whole volumes, which I can't wait to watch very soon. But why does this not surprise me anymore? I mean, listen guys, if you want to watch some really good Spider-Man cartoons, Spectacular Spider-Man from the early 2000s, really good. Obviously the 60s show is fantastic. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends from the 1980s, a little bit cheesy, a bit cornballish, but still very good. I'll take that any day over what tripe this is.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Iceman and Firestar.
And not to forget Angelica Firestar Jones herself. What an absolutely sexy creature she is. You are, my dear. You truly are. Harriet Osborn. Let's call her that, shall we? Suffragette black woman in the black neighborhood of Queens, New York. And could be something else, which is probably why Norman leans into Peter Parker and says, "You're now my adopted son." Sons. But on that one, folks, this Spider-Man fan is tapped out. I've told you already, I'm glad Disney Plus are doing this, because just like that Robin Hood show from Director X 2 years ago, I'm going to say this very quickly about this show. While I don't think it was fundamentally woke, it was absolutely a comedy riot to watch, because all the white characters were better written, and any suggestion that some of the Robin Hood crew could be somewhat ambiguous with their gender preference never really shone a light on that. I guess Director Sex wasn't really interested in doing that. He wanted to retell a modern folklore that was inhibited by white folks for the black folks out there. And I would say, look, if you want to do something right and bring some diversity into what is a white folk tale, look at the Kevin Costner Robin Hood film from 1991. where he meets Azim, played by the great Morgan Freeman, in Jerusalem. And because he saves Azim's life, and obviously Azim wants to repay the favor, he follows Robin all the way to England. That's a very good way to do it. But of course, this is 2025 coming ahead, folks, and it's going to be another year of absolute foodie doody woody goody. In other words, if you translate that, it's going to be an absolute shit show of a year when it comes to entertainment. There will be some gems out there, just like Alanah Pierce's, but on that one, folks, I think I'm going to predict a riot, just like the Kaiser Chiefs. And on that one, if you were me and if you were you should perhaps return for the next video. Thwip, thwip, thwip. Great. Just when I thought I could rise to the occasion, my performance issues are letting me down yet again.